Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. Listen, this new episode is all about how to stay motivated. Listen, man, I want y'all to watch it all the way to the end because I'm going to give you 5 tips on what I use every day to stay motivated. All right? Cheers.
That boy.
Cheers. You are now watching Create a Steady Hustle with Liquid Cash.
Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. I need it all out the stash, aka Money Making Mitch. Hide ya. Y'all know the rest. Listen, man, it's gonna be a wonderful episode. I'm glad you here. You could be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. Listen, do me a favor. Tell somebody Liquid Cash got a podcast and tell them come over here and watch this new episode. It's how to stay motivated. I know some of y'all out there trying to give up, but I ain't gonna let y'all give up. Nah, I'm not letting y'all give up, man. Not today. We're gonna stay motivated. We're gonna stay active. We're gonna stay attractive. So listen, get whatever you need to get, your pen and your pad, your white paper, your blue ink, write some of this shit down because it's going to be informative. Y'all know how I do it. It's always going to be some news you can use. I can't say no bullshit. Listen, I could try, but it just ain't going to come out right. I'm always going to say something that's going to be very impactful and something that you can use in your daily life, you dig? But first, let's get to this drip. Let's check out this drip, man. As you can see, I got on that money green. Yeah, I know they changed the 100 to the blue hundreds and all that, but I still like the green money. I like that money green, you feel me? For some reason, you know why? Because it reminds me of jade. Yeah, I got the jade bead right here. That's for prosperity. Yeah, that's for prosperity and abundance, man. So, I had to put on that green because it matched the couch, you dig? And I had the green light in the back, the neon light, everything green, because if it ain't green, it ain't clean. Of course, I got on my Bottega Veneta frames. These are custom made. You ain't gonna find it nowhere else. Don't go looking, man, because you ain't going to find it. I don't care where you go. The Cartier store to the Optimal Lens store. I don't care where you go. You ain't going to find it. You know why? Because it's handcrafted by yours truly, Liquid Cash, you dig? Anyway, as you can see, the tie matched the scarf matched the shoes matched the whole outfit. Man, I got to put on some nice shoes. You got to have nice shoes when you put on the suit, you dig? Believe it or not, man, I probably only wore this shoes about 3 times. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't really like when the crease start to get in the front of your shoes, it's time to throw them away, you dig? So I wore this about 3 times. It's still fresh, still clean, still nice, still neat, you dig? But anyway, I gotta do that because I gotta let you fellas know. Women love it when you put on a suit, all right? Every now and then, you throw her off, go to a dinner date, put it on a suit. You know what I mean? Put on a suit. You're gonna throw her off. She gonna be surprised. She gonna give you a certain different level of respect because you're pulling up looking like you're debonair. You wanna look like you are a GQ model, like you just stepped out of a magazine. You wanna give that type of persona, that type of vibe. Sometimes you gotta do that. On certain days, you could pull out the Jordans, you could pull out the Louis Vuitton sneakers. You could do that. Matter of fact, don't never pull out Jordans if you over the age of 35 or if you over the age of 30. Matter of fact, you over the age of 30, don't ever wear Jordans. I would dare to say after the age of 25, you shouldn't be wearing no more Jordans. But I know a lot of you niggas would be mad and upset at that. But just for me, I don't know. After the age of 25, you shouldn't be wearing Jordans. That's just how I feel. Hold up, my mouth is getting parched. Let me get a sip of tea one time. But like I said, we got to stay motivated. A lot of niggas want to give up. A lot of people want to give up, man. They running out of steam. Yeah, they running out of steam. They try to be entrepreneurs and they realize that, you know what? When you work a job, you got to go there 9 to 5. But when you're an entrepreneur, it's 24 hours around the clock. See, a lot of y'all started on your entrepreneur journey, but never finished. Y'all gave up in the 9th inning. Why? Because you realize being an entrepreneur, it's not a one-day thing. It's not a 2-day thing. It's not a weekly thing. It's an everyday thing. 24 hours around the clock. When you're an entrepreneur, you ain't got time to bullshit because you in control of your business, especially if you're an entrepreneur with an employee. Yeah, listen, you ain't a boss until you get an employee because sometimes they get paid before you. Yeah, there's gonna be moments in your life where the employee makes more money than you. Ain't that some crazy shit? The employee makes more money than you. Why? Because you constantly invested in your business. Only real entrepreneurs know that. You dig? Sometimes you see a person out there doing their thing and you think they making money because the doors are open. Nah, the doors are open because they making enough to keep the doors open and the lights on. But sometimes they gotta pay their employees before they pay themselves. You dig? That's just how it goes. The employees be making more money than the actual boss sometimes. You would never understand that because if you're not a real entrepreneur, you wouldn't understand that. But that's what you got to go through. And I know some of y'all be wanting to give up. And some of y'all have given up because you couldn't deal with the pressures of just the trials and tribulations that you go through just being an entrepreneur, not being able to pay yourself or get the money that you feel like you deserve because you put in so much work. You're working 28 hours out of the day. There's only 24, but somehow you squeeze in 28. Somehow you squeeze in 28. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. I know I squeeze in about 29 to 30. You feel me? Yeah. Nigga don't get no sleep around this motherfucker. That's why I put on the shades. So y'all can see. I might be sleeping under these shades. My lips just talking, but I'm sleeping, you dig? Yeah, because this is the time I get my rest. Because I be working 30 hours out the day. It's only 24, but they made an extra couple more hours just for me. Yeah, I'm special like that. Me and God got an agreement. You feel me? He give me 28, sometimes 30. He give you niggas 24. But it's okay. Don't be mad at me. You take it up with God. Yeah, but listen, let me stop popping my shit, but let me get back to it, man. But like I was saying, man, being an entrepreneur isn't easy. Not at all. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of lonely nights too, because you got to do it on your own. Sometimes people don't believe in you. Sometimes people don't see your vision. Man, a lot of times people ain't going to see your vision. They're not going to understand what you're trying to do. They're not going to be in agreement with you. Two or more can't walk together unless they're in agreement. That's a Bible scripture. Y'all figure out what chapter. Two or more cannot walk together unless they're in agreement. You feel me? So it's hard to find people to be in agreement with you. I always told my friends back in the days I was the chosen one. They thought I was just talking crazy. Yeah, they thought I was talking crazy. I told everybody, follow me. Come on, I know where the pot of gold at. They thought I was just talking because I got lips. Now look at me now. Look at me now. I got friends that come over, man. They be like, damn, nigga, if I knew you was going to be doing this and doing that and all this other shit, I would have followed you. I said, yeah, but you wasn't listening. You wasn't paying attention. I've been giving y'all good advice and good game for years. I've been helping y'all get money for years. But for some reason, when I told y'all, hey man, New York is washed up now. It's time to transition. Time to take our talents somewhere else. Y'all niggas didn't want to leave. Y'all wanted to be stagnant in mommy's house. Y'all want to be just running around with little girlfriends that y'all had and y'all didn't want to leave them. Yeah, y'all was chasing the wrong thing. I was chasing the bag. Y'all was chasing the puss. Yeah, I could dig it. One of my homeboys came over one time and he told me, man, I would have never thought in a million years you'll be on a podcast or doing podcasts. I would never thought in a million years you'll be driving a $500,000 car. He said, man, I would never thought in a million years you'll be writing a motherfucking book and you on your second book? That's crazy. What the fuck happened? What did the shit shift? What did the pendulum swing and how did this even happen? I said, man, I ain't never gave up. I kept on going, man. You dig? I told y'all to follow me to the yellow brick road, but y'all thought I was on some shrooms or something. Y'all thought I was tripping. But nah, I just knew where I was going. I had the vision. See, not everybody gonna see your vision. Not everybody's meant to see your vision. Not everybody got the vision. But you gotta know when your friends is the chosen one. You gotta know when your friends is the chosen one. See, sometimes we deal with the ego being in the way. Sometimes we let the ego get in the way because we believe we're the chosen one. Everybody believes they're the chosen one. But sometimes you got to put your bullshit aside and you got to say, you know what? I thought I got it, but he really do got it. So let me be the supporting actor to his movie. I don't have to be the starring. I don't have to play the starring role. I could be just as prominent and just as dominant playing the supporting actor. Sometimes you gotta be the supporting actor. Sometimes it ain't meant for your vision to come to light. Maybe your vision will come to light being helping somebody else get their dreams and goals accomplished. Maybe that's your goal. Maybe that's your purpose, being a supporting actor to somebody who's the star in their movie. And it's okay. It's okay because you playing a role too. You just as important. as the star of the movie, because even the supporting actor can win an Oscar. Don't get it fucked up. The supporting actor can win an Oscar as well. You're just as important. You think Michael Jordan could be who he was if he didn't have Scottie Pippen? Come on now. The only reason Michael Jordan is who he is because he had a Scottie Pippen. You could be the Scottie Pippen to the Michael Jordan in your life, but you letting your ego and your pride get in the way. Let that pride get up. Listen, put the pride aside. There's somebody in your circle that got the vision. There's somebody in your circle is the chosen one. Help them to shine, because you're going to shine just as bright as them. You dig? Sometimes you got to be of service. That's the first rule of success. Be of service. A lot of y'all want success, but y'all ain't giving nothing in return. Y'all ain't being of service. You got to be of service. I'm always being of service. I'm being of service right now. I'm giving y'all some news y'all could use. I'm actually putting out information that can help you transform your whole entire life if you apply it. But you have to apply it. You can't just take this knowledge and just throw it by the wayside, let it go through one ear and throughout the other. Now you have to apply this knowledge. It's very valuable information. Like I was telling my homeboy, you should have just followed me and just follow suit, and you could have been exactly where I'm at. But you know what I gave him? I gave him a pocket full of motivation when he left. He didn't have no money, but he had a pocket full of motivation, because when he got back to New York, he called me and he said, man, I'm on a block. I'm out here trying to get it because, man, you gave me a certain extra motivation I needed to see. You made me change up everything. You made me change up my eating habits. You made me change up the time I go to sleep. You made me change up the things that I consume. You made me change the way I think. I process things differently now. Now he's out there being active, outside, really putting his campaign in the front of their face and letting them see what he out there trying to do, because that's the only way it's going to happen. You have to go out there, feet the pavement, and really go and put your campaign in somebody's face. Let them see what you're trying to put out there. Because don't believe that whole story where they say, if you build it, they would come. Nah, not because you built a website, niggas is gonna show up. Nah, not because you bought a domain name, you an entrepreneur now. People just gonna show up. Nah, that's just half the work. You did something good. I clap for you, I commend you. You did something good, you did something. But that's just a piece of the work. That ain't all of it, man. That's just a piece of the work. You got so much more ahead of you. You got so much more to do. You don't even fucking know it. You about to lose your goddamn fucking mind. That life you knew before is over when you want to be an entrepreneur. That partying and bullshitting is over. It's over if you want to be a successful entrepreneur. See, there's a lot of people who want to be mediocre. You got to ask yourself, do I want to be mediocre? Or do I want to be great? See, the thing about this, right? People say, I just want to be comfortable. I don't want a lot of money. I just want to be comfortable. Until you realize in order to be comfortable, you got to be fucking rich. Yeah, I'm going to pause for a second and sip my tea because I know you wasn't ready for that one.
All my life I heard the expressions, you gotta fake it to make it. But I never really subscribed to that concept because I believe you gotta think it to make it. See, whatever the mind of man can conceive and bring itself to believe he can achieve. Change your mind and you can change your life.
Take a whiff, I'm the black Richie Rich. Do it all on my own. I ain't never need a cause it's all in the wrist. She in love with the sniff. I'm in love with the bricks. Like I'm short, like I'm thick. Make a bust like the rhyme. Only hit it one time.
Yeah, in order for you to be comfortable, you gotta be fucking rich, man. Yeah, the price of everything is going up. You dig? Yeah, your city, I know, the rent was cheap about 10 years ago, or the rent was cheap about 5 years ago. You got a new stadium in your city now. You got a basketball team in your city now. The price is going up. Everything is going up. Inflation. You got motherfucking the orange man raising the price of everything. The stock market is all over the place. We don't know if it's going up or down, or if it's moving sideways. We don't know what's going on, but the price of everything is going up. But you know what's not going up? You know what's not going up? Minimum wage. Yeah, that's staying the same, nigga. Yeah, that's staying the same. So you have to be able to, you know what I mean? Be able to go outside and really make something of yourself, really find different ways to get some money. You have to be an entrepreneur. They forcing you. They forcing you to be an entrepreneur because the price of everything is went up. Now you could stay at your mom's house and get a regular job and be fine with that if you want to live a mediocre motherfucking life. But if you want to be liquid cash and you want to really be out here, really get into the bag and really be out here trying to, live a boss life, you're going to have to find ways to be innovative. You're going to have to find ways to be of service and apply yourself to other streams of revenues. And hopefully those things can actually make you some money over time, but you got to stay motivated. You can't give up. You can't quit. Yeah, the world is crazy and a lot going on, but you got to stay motivated and you can't quit. So any one of my friends that ever come over to my place or they come and be in my vicinity and we kick it for a day or two or we, do what we do, they always leave motivated. They always leave motivated because I just live a different type of lifestyle. See, they know me from when I was young, coming up and trying to figure out life. They knew when I was broke, busted, disgusted, and couldn't be trusted. They knew when I was out here just finessing and, profiling and styling and wilding. They know all about that. But when they see me now, they see me a little bit more refined. They see me really doing what I do best, being a different version of myself and just being able to reinvent myself at different stages of my life. When they see that, they commend that. They salute that and they proud of me and I'm proud of them because they still didn't give up. Now back to my homeboy I was talking about earlier. The reason I spoke and I brought him up, is because he even confessed it to me and told me that at a particular time in his life, he just gave up. And I was like, what you mean you just gave up? He said he was dealing with some complication with his health, right? And he moved back in his mom's crib. And because he moved back in his mom's crib, he never had to pay no rent. And the fact that he was dealing with the complication with his health, when he got better, he got accustomed to just being in the house, ordering food, door dashing and just chilling. He said it got so bad that he was even door dashing pussy to the crib. You dig? That's how bad it got. He said he wasn't even going outside looking for women no more. He was door dashing pussy to the crib. He was door dashing food. He was door dashing women. He was door dashing everything he wanted, groceries, whatever it may be. He was door dashing it to the crib, so he didn't have to leave. He didn't have to pay no bills. He didn't have to pay no rent. Everything he wanted was at the tip of pressing a button. So he said he got stagnant. He said he got complacent. He got comfortable. And in his mind, he said he kind of gave up on life. And I was like, damn, that was kind of strange for me because I know him to be a hustler, a grinder, a person that was up early in the morning going to get it, a person that would be the first one on the block, the last one to leave the block. That's how I knew him. That's how I remember him. So for him to confide in me and tell me that, I was like, wow, that's crazy. It could happen to anybody. You know what I mean? And he told me, he said, man, you ain't never gave up. For some reason, you've been grinding for years. You never slowed down. And I must admit, I've never slowed down. I ain't gonna lie. At no point in my life I've ever slowed down. I've always been moving. God gave me a high tolerance and I commend him and I appreciate him for that because he gave me a high tolerance for bullshit. He gave me a high tolerance for pain, gave me a high tolerance for life so I can deal with the pressures of life. I can carry my burdens and the burdens of other people. I don't know why he made me that way, but I'm not arguing with him. I'm commending him and I'm praising him for giving me that ability to be able to carry the burdens of my weight and other people's weight as well and not complain about it at all. So when he was telling me this particular thing, I was like, wow, that's crazy. You dig? So him coming to New York, he said, man, it gave him a new surgeon of energy, a new surgeon of motivation. You dig? It sparked something inside of him. And I was glad and happy that I was able to do that for him because I want to see my niggas just as successful as I am. I'm not a hater. I want to see my niggas win. And I'm going to do whatever I could to help them win. So whenever he needs from me, I'm going to provide that because that's my H. Boone Coon. I knew him from day one, from I was working at Stop and Shop. You dig? Working at Stop and Shop in a sawdust mill. I was working at Stop and Shop when I was younger. You might not know that particular grocery store if you're not from New York. It's called Stop and Shop. I was the dude that was placing all of the canned goods in the canned goods section. Yeah, that would be me. My boss used to catch me every night. I'll be there putting the canned goods inside the shelves, but I'll be sleeping. So I'll be like this. And he'll catch me and wake me up. And I'm like, God damn, I need to get some rest because I was working 2 jobs. In the daytime, I was working at a sawdust mill where I was putting all the sawdust inside of a truck. And that's what we did because the guy was selling the sawdust to a aqueduct race truck racetrack, and I learned that anytime a horse piss on sawdust, it doesn't stink up the area. So they would sell the sawdust to the aqueduct racetrack, and all of the horses would be pissing on the sawdust. So I would be the one basically filling up the trucks with the sawdust, right? And if you know anything about that fucking job, you have to wear a mask because sawdust will be all in your ears, your nose, your mouth, everywhere. Pause for you freaky niggas. And that's just how it was, you know what I mean? And I did that job for a couple months because I had to work 2 jobs because at that particular time, the first job wasn't paying enough and I had to work 2 jobs. And I would work one job from 8 in the morning till about 5 in the afternoon. And then I would go home, rest for about 2 to 3, 4 hours, and then I would start the next job, the Stop and Shop job at 11 p.m. and then work till 6 a.m. And that was my job cycle. I did that for maybe about a year, maybe 2 months, not 2 months, about a year and a few months. And that was the process of me moving and elevating in my life. But he knows me from those humble beginnings. So he knows he knows where I came from. He knows me, you know what I mean? And you know those friends that you got that know you. They know the real you. They saw your elevation. They saw the process, the journey, and everything. Because I always tell people a lot of times, success is not a journey, it's a destination. Or success is not a destination, it's a journey. Better yet, because it's what you learn along that journey. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say that again because I know some of y'all be listening too slow. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. You feel me? Because what you learn on that journey is way more important than the destination. It's way more important than you achieving that goal. What you learn on that journey develops your characteristics. It develops who you are. And I've heard a wise man say one time to me, he said, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character because it becomes your destiny. And when he said that to me, I was like, wow, that's prolific. I gotta write that down, hold up. Because that was too prolific. I gotta write that down. But not only did I write it down, I remember it. You know why? Because those words have a certain frequency connected to it. Even me saying it just now raised my vibration. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah, it raised my vibration. Even me saying those words, because every quote that I say and I utter out of my mouth has a certain vibration connected to it. Now I could keep it to myself and you don't never got to hear it out of my mouth. But I say it because I want you to write it down because it's prolific. It gave me some type of wisdom. It gave me some type of understanding. It raised my elevation, my DNA vibration. So why wouldn't I pass it on to you? Why wouldn't I give it to you? Because if I grow, you grow, then we grow. You dig? So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to spark the mind of the young, liquid cash that can help hopefully change the world. And like I said again, you got to share the information. We can't keep it to ourselves. We can't gatekeep. We can't be like the OGs trying to hold on to information. We have to share it. So I'm going to say it one more time because I know some of y'all been listening too slow. So I got to say it again. It's very important. Watch your thoughts because they become what? I know y'all wasn't listening, man. Come on, stop playing, man. Y'all listening? You sure y'all listening? All right, get a pen and pad. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to give you a second to get a pen and pad, all right? You ready now? You got your white piece of paper and your blue ink? All right, I'm gonna give you another 2 seconds, man. Fuck. I know you ain't got your white piece of paper and blue ink. You got a black pen, huh? I know you had a black pen, motherfucker. I told you. Blue pen and a white piece of paper. Write this one down. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, it becomes your character. Watch your character, because it becomes your destiny. So it's important for y'all to understand everything that I just conveyed. Write that down, memorize that, put that in your mental Rolodex, and you pass that information on to somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I know some of you motherfuckers be stingy and want to keep information to yourself. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it. The only reason I shared it with you is because I want you to share it with somebody else. We changing the world. Let's do it together. Okay? Anyway, back to my program and what I'm trying to convey. Now, I'm very mindful of the things that I do, and I'm very mindful of what I say. And like I told y'all before, success is a journey, not a destination. So it's important that you understand the journey is the reward, not the destination. Because when you reach that destination, you know what happens? When you fulfill that destination, if you don't got another thing planned, what happens is you just lay there and get comfortable. You stay stagnant. And I told y'all before, comfortability is the enemy of progress. You don't want to be comfortable. You don't want to be stagnant. You dig? You always want to be growing. So on that journey, trying to go towards your goals, of course, you're going to be met with pitfalls. Of course, you're going to be met with failure. What I told you what failure was. Failure is just a speed bump on the way to success. That's all it is. So you have to understand that's a part of your process. That's a part of the journey. But what happens? You're going to go through the pain. You're going to go through the agony. You're going to feel like giving up. But you're a champion. You're a gladiator. So what happens? What champions turn pains into? They turn pain into purpose. Yes, every champion turns pain into purpose. You dig? And once you move along on your journey and you never give up, and sometimes guess what? It ain't no overnight success. Sometimes it may take you 20 years to reach that point. Yes, it might take you 20 years to reach to that point. Sometimes it might take you 30 years to reach to that point, but you can't give up. You know what? Sometimes it might even take you a fucking whole lifetime. You might have to die twice and come back again just to fulfill one goal. I'm gonna say that again because that's fucking heavy. Woo! I didn't even know. See, when God's speaking, sometimes you gotta let it flow. I didn't even know I was going to say that. That's how dope it is. See, that's why I can't have a teleprompter. I can't read nothing off of a script. I got to just let this shit flow through my body and through my bones. It's inside of me. You dig? So I got to say that again. Hold on. Sometimes you got to die twice. Yeah, you got to die twice and be reborn, reincarnated for you to fulfill your purpose. Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. I need it all out the stash, AKA, but it ain't about that right now, man. It's about the Cash Academy, Personal Development Transformation Academy, where you can be, do, and have anything and everything you want out of life, how to make your dreams come true, how to manifest your reality, but most importantly, how to raise your DNA vibration. Y'all been asking me about my hair routine, my skin routine, my morning routine. Y'all been asking me all type of questions in my DM, but I've been hearing and I got the answers. Listen, the Cash Academy is the place where you need to sign up right now so you can have all the answers to the questions that you may have. You dig? Sign up right now. Join the Cash Academy with yours truly, Liquid Cash. Cheers. Don't get bent out of shape because you haven't achieved that thing that you want. Don't get bent out of shape because you haven't achieved your purpose or you feel like your dreams is not being fulfilled. Don't get bent out of shape. Sometimes you have to reincarnate in order to come back and just be able to finish that thing you started. So don't get bent out of shape. Just don't stop. That's all I'm saying. Just don't stop. Stay motivated. Keep going. Just don't stop. From the great words of Martin Luther King, if you can't fly, you run. If you can't run, you walk. If you can't walk, you crawl. But by God Almighty, you just keep moving. Do not stop. Just keep moving, going towards the thing that you're trying to achieve. I appreciate y'all for staying this long. And if you stay this long, I got to give you a treat. What that treat is, the 5 reasons on how I stay motivated, or the 5 things you need to do and stay motivated throughout your life. I got to give y'all that, man. You know what I mean? Because I want y'all to stay motivated. You stayed here for this long. So it's only right that you take out your pen and your pad as well. You know what I mean? I know you put it away. I hope you didn't put it away. You know I'm always going to say some dope ass shit. So if you put your pen and pad away, you's an idiot. You probably not used to watching my videos. You dig? Anyway, here's 5 key principles or key things that you need to apply to your life in order to stay motivated. Number 1, create a routine. It's important that you create a routine, a morning routine, an afternoon routine, a night routine. Throughout your whole day, you should have routines. Why? Because it's going to help you to stay on course on where you need to be going. It's going to keep you motivated. It's going to keep you in a positive mind state. Just having that routine, man, I don't know what it does for me. It does wonders for my morning, man. If I don't do my routine in the morning, for some reason, my day don't go as smooth as it need to go, or I plan it to go, or I want it to go, you dig? So doing my routine in the morning is very essential for me. I'm always doing my routine. You want to know my routine, huh? I know you want to know my routine. Join the C.A H Academy, you'll find that out, you dig? But listen, create a morning routine, an afternoon routine, an evening routine, you dig? Before you go to bed, always have a routine that's going to help you to stay motivated. That's going to help you stay, you know what I mean, enthusiastic about your goals and your dreams. That's going to keep you moving forward. Having that routine, most importantly, is going to raise your vibration so your energy be just in a positive state. You're going to be in a positive state of mind. So that's my first tip. Number one, create a routine. Number two, stay flexible and adapt to the worldly changes. That's a very important one, all right? Really listen and pay attention to number two. Stay flexible and adapt to the changes of the world. Because a lot of times, our world are constantly changing. There's things happening all the time around us. Things are going on to try to throw you off course, to put you in a spiral downward, put you in a negative mind state. But you got to stay flexible. Do you know how many dudes and how many females didn't change with the time? They turned into a dinosaur and they end up being broke or dead or in jail because they wasn't able to change with the time. Do you know how many people stay stagnant because they can't change? They say, oh, I'm not doing that because I don't like that trend. Or I'm not doing that because I don't like the way the world is moving. So I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to stay the same. I'm going to be the same. Listen, man, you got to be flexible and you got to know how to adapt. Now, you don't change your core beliefs. You don't change your principles and your integrity and things that you stand on. You don't change that, but you definitely got to be flexible and adapt to the changes of the world. It's very important. That's how you stay motivated. Listen, AI just came out, right? It's probably been around for 20 years, but we just got it. You can't not use AI because you're accustomed to doing things one way. Nah, you got to adapt to the changes. You got to utilize AI to your benefit. You could use the old and the new, put it together, mix it like gumbo and create magic. That's what you got to do. Mix it like gumbo and create magic. It's very easy. AI has done wonders for me. I love it. So I need you to adapt, be flexible, and adapt to the changes of life, all right? Number three, always set new goals. You have to set new goals. Every time you accomplish something, you set a new goal. That's going to keep you motivated. You dig? Always be trying to achieve something. Never be comfortable, because why? Comfortability is a beautiful place where nothing grows. So you always have to be setting new goals, going after something new. After you accomplish something, make sure you have something else right there on standby to accomplish and go after. You dig? Set new goals. That's going to keep you going, because if you're not growing, you're dying. Anything that is not moving is dying. If you're not moving, you're dying slowly. There's a lot of people out there right now are the walking dead. They're walking around dead already. You know why? Because they're not moving. They're not doing anything. They're moving slow. They're not out there trying to achieve something. They're not out there trying to accomplish a new goal because they feel fulfilled in the new goal or the first goal they had. Man, you got to make another one, man. You did? Keep on moving. Number four, celebrate small wins. You have to celebrate small wins. See, listen, after you finish accomplishing your goals, you have to take a break, take a breather, smell the roses, celebrate those small wins. You have to celebrate small wins. Listen, life is a game. You got to create the rules. You dig? You make the rules. You create the rules. Life is a game. You create the rules so you can win at any level of the game you want. So you got to celebrate those small wins. Celebrate the small wins. Sometimes we're moving so fast and we're just moving through life and we're trying to accomplish a goal and we get that goal accomplished and then we want to set a new goal, and that's cool. You have to set new goals, but you have to celebrate those small wins. Give yourself a pat on the back. Tell yourself you appreciate yourself for staying consistent, actually moving forward and executing that goal. You dig? Nobody gonna give you your flowers. You got to give it to yourself. You dig? Don't wait on nobody to give you no flowers. You buy those flowers and you give it to yourself. Celebrate your small wins. It don't matter if nobody's hand clapping at the end of your success story. Make sure you clap for yourself. Don't wait on nobody to give you no applause. You do it for yourself. Celebrate your small wins, because why? Success breeds success. All right? It's very important for you to understand that. Success breeds success. I dropped so much jewels in this motherfucking episode. I hope y'all writing this shit down, man. Y'all better be writing this down, man. All my Cash Academy students, I know y'all writing this down. You dig? But listen, success breeds success. So every time you celebrate a small wins, all that does is compound interest. You understand that, okay, I accomplished that, and I accomplished this one too, and I accomplished that too. So you just a stockpile of successes. You know what I mean? Things that you've accomplished. Success breeds success. It's very important that you understand that. Number 5, very important. Number 5, you got the fellowship. Now, what I mean by fellowship, you gotta communicate with positive, like-minded people. Yeah, you gotta take time out and have those, you know what I mean, those time to fellowship with your friends. People who are like-minded, who understand the way you think, or who thinks just the way you think. And y'all sit down and have those dinner dates where y'all fellowship and run ideas with each other. Y'all just, just share ideas and thoughts with each other. Share different perspectives with each other. You got a fellowship. Sometimes I just call my homeboy just to chill and talk, and we chop it up. And that gives me a certain energy to keep me going, to keep me motivated. You dig? You have to fellowship with somebody that's like-minded, that's positive, that see the world like you see it, from the vision that you see it as, and they can give you some insight. You know what I mean? They can give you great criticism, productive criticism, and most definitely just be honest with you. So you have to find time, this fellowship with your partner. Don't be by yourself 24 hours out the day or 24 hours out the goddamn week. You just, you know what I mean? Don't spend time with people who are like-minded. Find people who respect your grind, respect your hustle, you could fellowship with. Y'all are like-minded, y'all in the same field. You don't even have to be in the same field, but you just respect their decision, you respect their movements, you respect their mind, and y'all fellowship with each other, man. Y'all chop game, you dig? That's gonna help you to stay motivated, man. You got a fellowship with somebody that's like-minded with you. That's going to keep you in a positive mind state. That's going to reassure you that you're moving in the right direction. That's going to give you positive, constructive feedback. That's going to just show you nothing but love. You dig? That's going to energize you to keep you motivated, man. These are the 5 things that I do on a consistent basis to stay motivated. Don't say I'm gatekeeping and not giving the game away. I'm giving y'all a game. You dig? I know some of y'all, y'all want to give up because shit, you slow down because you got a new girlfriend or you got a wife now and you want to slow down and you don't want to be as aggressive no more. You want to be out there on the field just really putting feet to pavement because you feel like I got kids, I got a wife, I don't really need to really do all of that. I don't got to be as aggressive no more. All you doing is dying real slow, man. You know what I mean? I know some of y'all niggas that gave up being an entrepreneur. You got a job at a motherfucking Ross. You're security at Ross right now. You know what I mean? And there ain't nothing wrong with that. But I know some of you niggas then, fuck around and gave up and went and got a job doing some shit that you don't really want to be doing, man. I know a lot of y'all niggas have. You know what I mean? Some of you niggas might be damn near 40 years old, working at Stop and Shop, doing what I was doing when I was 17. That's the reality of it. You dig? You seen the guy that was working at, he was on a sitcom show and he was working at, what this place called? He was working at Whole Foods packing bags. It's real out here, man. It can happen to you. But he gave up for whatever reason. Something happened in his life. He made some decisions that might have not been the right decisions. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, he slowed down. He gave up. He was an actor. He wasn't getting the jobs that he was supposed to be getting or he thought he was going to get. And he gave up. And he said, you know what? I'm just going to chill out. I got kids now. I got a wife. I'm going to work at motherfucking Whole Food and I'm going to pack bags because he gave up. Nah, man, you got to keep on going. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't work a job because I don't give a fuck. I'll shove a shit to get some money. That's just me. I don't give a damn. I'm going to go out there and provide for my kids and my family. That's just the man that I am. But I ain't never giving up on my dreams. I ain't never giving up on my goals. My wife gonna have to understand we're gonna sleep in this car, but I ain't gonna never give up on my goals. She can be like, you gotta give it up. You've been doing it for 40 years. You've been doing it for 30 years. You've been doing it for 20 years. You gotta give it up. We got kids to feed. Bitch, you better shut the fuck up. I'm gonna go out here and shove a shit and get some money to pay the motherfucking bills and make sure we got gas in this car for us to get to our next destination or my next audition, but I ain't giving up. If you want a nigga to give up, you shouldn't have messed with me because I ain't giving up. I don't care. I'm still gonna be going after my goals. I could be 90 years old. I'm still going. I'm gonna make it. You never know. I got a shot. I got a chance. You never know. You can't give up, but that's how you gotta be. That's how you gotta be. Don't let nobody throw you off course. Don't let nobody put a monkey wrench in your game. You gotta keep on going. Fellowship with people that really care about you. Fellowship with people that really understand your vision. Never give up. Even if your wife don't accept the things that you're doing, even if your wife is not agreeing with you, you never give up. You keep on going. I don't care. You don't settle for everything that the world is giving you. Turn lemons into lemonade. You know how you do that? By never giving up. Following the 5 steps that I just told you. How to stay motivated. I told you already, number 1, create a routine. Number 2, stay flexible. Be able to adapt to the changes of the world. Number 3, always set new goals. You gotta have new goals. Keep on moving. Number 4, man, listen, man, you gotta celebrate those small wins. Don't forget to celebrate those small wins, you dig? And number 5, last but not least, fellowship with like-minded, positive people who wanna see you win. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. Hey, listen, man, I had a wonderful time, man. Hey, listen, click the like button, click the notification button, and also share this episode with your friends. Y'all know what it is. Cheers.
Yeah. It's the Pirates of the Caribbean. Niggas can't fuck with me, man. That boy. It's Liquid Cash, I need it all out the stash. I'ma get rich or I'ma get deported. Riding cross country, my Ford Taurus.